It's Amy, your Gray Girlfriend, and welcome to the Gray Girlfriend's Guide to Life podcast. First, let me say that I'm so happy and grateful that you're here with me. Out of the more than 3 million podcasts available, you chose this one, so thank you. This podcast was created for high-achieving women, real women who face and conquer real challenges, real women who are ready to take their lives to the next level. Between us all, we've been through it all, and I'm here to tell you, you can thrive despite it. So whether you're commuting to or from work or doing one of the other 50,000 things you do on a weekly basis, pop in your earbuds, my friend, and let's go. Today's episode is Check Your Vibe. You don't need a physics degree to know that everything is made of energy, from the most delicate snowflake to the toughest steel. And because everything is energy, if put under an electron microscope, we could see that everything at its very core is vibrating, including you and me. While we can't see objects vibrate with the naked eye, with people, we can often feel their vibration, good or bad. Think about it. Have you ever felt the excitement that fills a sports arena when the home team wins or even scores? Or how about how disappointment fills that same space when the home team loses or is scored against? It's palpable, isn't it? Interestingly, vibration doesn't have to be on a large scale to be palpable. Have you ever walked into a room full of people or even walked into a room with only one person in it and feel that something has happened or that something is wrong or someone is angry? On the flip side, do you know someone who makes you feel calm inside just being in their presence? Someone with such inner peace that makes you think they must be filled with sunshine. Be it anger, sadness, excitement, or joy, in many instances, before a word can be spoken, we can feel the energy of those around us. Vibrations are palpable. Why is this? How is this? Well, every feeling we have creates a different vibration. Some feelings vibrate fast and high, while other feelings vibrate slow and low. Feelings such as peace and joy and love vibrate higher and faster than feelings of apathy or guilt or shame. Unlike inanimate objects, human beings can change our vibration by changing our feelings. Now, before you say, I can't change how I feel, Amy, let me say that for the sake of clarity, I'm not suggesting that you ignore your feelings, not even a little bit. You can try to ignore your feelings, but try as you might, feelings can't really be ignored. And if you try to ignore them, they will leak out somewhere and you'll dump them on the people in your life. Take anger, for instance. Chances are you know or have known someone who is angry all the time. That person who rants and raves about most things, big and small. They're so easily angered that if they were a pistol in an old Western movie, they'd be described as having a, quote, hair trigger, meaning that if a mere hair touches the trigger, the gun will go off. Granted, there are angry people who may be kind to others, but who turn their anger on themselves by abusing food. Ever heard the term, eat your feelings? Well, that term is not referring to one's feelings about food, but instead refers to using food to manipulate one's emotions. And just to be clear, I'm not referring to that person. That's a topic for another episode of this podcast, and we'll do it. I'm talking about the type of angry individual who can suck the joy out of any situation. You know the type. Everyone walks on eggshells around them. And when you're around them, you're afraid to express your needs or your feelings or even your opinion if your opinion is different than that of the pissed off person in your presence. So while I'm not suggesting that you ignore your emotions, I am encouraging you to become an observer of them. I'm encouraging you to learn how to first notice your feelings, become aware of them, and then learn how to hold space for them for the very short time they serve you, and then bless them and release them and choose a better one. I know some of you may be asking, what do you mean by bless and release my feelings? This may be a strange concept at first, but stick with me. I promise it'll make sense. See, shit happens to many of us when we're little. Things happen that are beyond our control, things that would make anyone angry. If we grew up in an abusive environment and the abusers were our parents or other family members or even other caregivers, these are the people who are supposed to love us the most. But if that's who abused us, we can't, as littles, allow ourselves to get angry at them because instinctively we know we need them to survive. And that need to survive is powerful. But that anger doesn't just go away. It's got to go somewhere. And the longer we try to stuff it down, the angrier we get, even as children. Ever see a kid smack her baby brother or beat up her doll or kick the dog? If children aren't taught how to resolve their anger, they will grow up to be angry adults. They try to create predictable environments by controlling others, all in an attempt to feel safe. And when faced with people and situations they can't control, this ancient alarm goes off. Warning, warning, danger, take control, take control. Although they may be adults in terms of their chronological ages, emotionally they are still kindergartners, albeit with violent versions of stomping their feet and throwing tantrums when they don't get their way. And because our brains are bent to the negative in order to protect us, it can take very little to trigger that ancient alarm in these emotionally wounded adults. But once we heal our old emotional wounds, we can look at the situations that wounded us with different eyes. Although we will never be glad those things happened to us, nor would we wish for those things to happen again, we can find a gift in them if we look for it. In my case, I had an angry, out-of-control father who would easily flip from laughing to slapping real quick. I had a father who shot the family dog in front of preschool-aged me when the dog disobeyed him. A father who always promised to beat me, quote, within an inch of my life, and I often feared that I had very few inches left. The gift that came from that experience is huge, though. As an adult, I stood up for myself. I used my voice and I called him out for the wrongs he'd done when I was a helpless child. I stood up to the most powerful man in my life, the most powerful man in any child's life. I stood up to my father. And I can speak truth to power now because of that experience, and I do. Does this mean that I never get angry? Of course not. I'm human and all humans get angry. I just don't stay angry for long. When anger comes up, I quickly acknowledge it for the purpose it's trying to serve. It's trying to keep me safe. And then I bless it for trying to keep me safe. And then I release it, reminding myself that I can handle whatever situation comes up. Then I choose another feeling, a better feeling, a feeling that feels more powerful, more expansive. Remember, we are all energy, and energy is either expanding or contracting. I can choose pride, for example. I'm proud of how far I've come. Or I can choose courage. I have the courage to face whatever comes my way. Both pride and courage feel better. Both feel more powerful, more expansive than anger. Is it always easy to feel better? No, it's not. We're human and all humans are flawed. But it can be done, and it gets easier with practice. Let's say that you're feeling worse than anger. And there are lots of feelings worse than anger. Let's take shame or guilt, for example. Both guilt and shame feel worse than anger. And think back for a quick moment at a time when you felt guilt or shame. When you're feeling guilt or shame, it can be hard to feel better. We can't just snap our fingers and feel better. So how do we feel better when we don't feel great? In short, how do you, quote, jump from feeling shitty to feeling great? Remember, we are all made up of energy, and that energy is constantly vibrating, and each feeling has a corresponding vibration. The late Dr. David Hawkins, author of both books, Power versus Force and Letting Go, created a visually impactful chart depicting human emotions and the corresponding vibration of each. If you'd like to press pause on this episode and go grab that chart off the internet and come back, great, do it. Just Google Dr. David Hawkins vibration chart or frequency chart. Otherwise, I'm going to briefly describe it and you can grab the chart later and listen again. And if for some reason you can't find the chart, just email me at hello@amyblairlawson.com and I'll email it to you. So let's continue. I want you to imagine an upside down triangle. Now imagine that this upside down triangle has 17 horizontal stripes running through it, all equally spaced, each with a different color. The colors of the stripes are an extended rainbow palette. All of the rainbow colors are present, but between the traditional rainbow stripes are combinations of the color above it. For example, at the very bottom of the upside down triangle is a red stripe. The stripe above the red stripe is red-orange. And above the red-orange stripe is an orange stripe. And above that is an orange-yellow stripe. This theme is repeated through all the colors of the rainbow right up to the top of this upside-down triangle. Are you still with me? Good. Let's continue. So each stripe represents an emotion, with the worst feeling emotion, which is shame, being at the bottom tip of this upside-down triangle. And at the top of this upside-down triangle is the very best feeling emotion, which is enlightenment. Between the bottom and the top of this upside-down triangle is a full range of human emotions. The closer to the bottom, the worse you feel, and the slower your vibration. The closer to the top, the faster the vibration, and the better you feel. Now think back to a situation where you felt guilt or shame again, and just stay there for just a second. We don't want you to stand there long. Now think back to a situation where you felt joy or peace, and just feel that feeling for just a moment. There's quite a difference, isn't there? So when you're feeling shame or guilt or fear or anger, it can be difficult to instantly jump to a better feeling. Have you heard the term wallowing in shame or wallowing in guilt? I mean, if you're wallowing in either, it's safe to say you're feeling down or you're feeling low or you're feeling bad. And when you're feeling down or low and bad, it's hard to just feel better. But there is a way to feel better and to do it pretty quickly, and here it is. And it's found right in the middle of this upside down triangle. Right in the middle of this upside down triangle is willingness. And there's a real power in willingness, in being willing to feel better. And while it can be difficult to instantly jump from feeling guilt, shame, fear, anger, it's easy to just be willing to feel better. Just being willing to feel better instantly makes you feel better. So I want you to try this the next time you're feeling down or low or whatever emotion you're feeling that makes you feel bad. Then, from that improved place of feeling better, you can choose to feel even better, to feel the next feeling on Dear Dr. Hawkins' chart. So let's put a bow on all this, shall we? Remember earlier when I recommended that you learn to observe your emotions, to be aware of what you're feeling? Well, here's why that's important. Once you're aware of what you're feeling, you can intentionally choose a better feeling. You can use willingness to feel your way to the top of this upside down triangle. It's very powerful. And the best part, you don't have to be Dr. Sheldon Cooper to grasp the concept of the power of vibration. I'm wishing you peace and plenty of willingness. Until next time, this is Amy, your gray girlfriend. Hey, it's Amy. Did you know that what we tell ourselves about ourselves impacts every decision we make? Every decision. So if you're feeling stuck in any aspect of your life, RTT can help. Want to know more? Go to amyblairlawson.com or click on the calendar link in the show notes to schedule your complimentary 30-minute consultation. Oh, one last thing. I can't forget the legal stuff. You know what I'm talking about. The language a lawyers write that I have to read to you. Well, here it goes. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. While I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner, a certified divorce financial analyst, and a licensed investment advisor, this podcast is not intended as a substitute for a private session or a consultation. Got it? All right. Until next time, wishing you peace and plenty of all good things.